So sometimes the internal goals we set ourselves are not quite enough. We need some sort of external pressure. We need a deadline. We need a date in the calendar. So something that I often advise my students to do is to book in a performance. And if we're kids, we have lots of opportunities to play, usually through school. Maybe the music school we're learning at has a concert every term. And so there are lots of ways for kids to get performance experience. You can even join a youth orchestra or a youth band and play with the band. But as adults, we have probably less opportunities, especially adult beginners. So if you are an older person and you are learning an instrument for the first time, there are much less opportunities for you to play your instrument, for you to perform. So something that can be really great for beginners is to tell your family that in a week, a month, 3 months' time, you're going to sit them down on the couch and give them a little concert of what you've been working on. You could also decide to film a performance and send it to your best friend. And no one else has to see these performances, just your family, just your best friends, just the people you are really close to. So these are the people who are going to be supportive and hopefully very proud of the progress you've made on your instrument. Another option, if you are a beginner or to intermediate player, is to look at participating in an open mic night. And I always tell my students to go and watch an open mic night first, so they can see that there are people probably at their level getting up and performing, or maybe just that step above. So usually that's quite motivating to see that not everybody at an open mic night is at this really high semi-professional, professional level. There are people of all skills getting up and just having a try at performing. And often an open mic night is in a pub and people are drinking, and sometimes they're not even paying any attention to the music. So it can be a very low stress environment to have your first performance. The other thing you can do is you can look in your local area. Is there a band you can join? Is there a group you can get together, like a group ukulele club, some kind of group situation where you can get this performance practice, but you're not alone, you're in a group. So the stress is kind of a bit diluted. Your part is not the only part being heard. So these are some ideas for booking in a performance. If you are more professional like me, I still find that I need to book a performance into my calendar to give me that extra push to work on music. I can become a bit complacent if I don't have something in the calendar, something I'm working towards. Even for a recording project, I give myself a deadline. I say I'm going to release this single on this date, or I'm going to work towards releasing an album in May next year. So having these deadlines in the calendar is a great way of pushing you and giving you that extra nudge you need to keep improving, keep working at your music, keep showing up in the practice room every day. Hi, I'm Erica. I am a musician and music teacher, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more practice tips, motivation and inspiration. And also share this video with any friends who are also practicing music. And finally, if you like, you can stick around for a short meditation at the end of this video to prepare you for a great day's practice. So happy practicing, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So let's just take some time to prepare the body and the mind for practice. Take out your instrument, books, music, whatever you need for your practice today, and then spend a few moments making the space comfortable. And when you're ready, coming to a place of stillness, you can stand or sit with your instrument, and then with the next exhale, gently closing the eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice where in the body you feel that breath moving, the nose, the throat, chest, diaphragm, where you feel the rise of each inhale and the fall of each exhale. And now you can begin to count each breath. 1 with the inhale, 2 with the exhale, 3 inhale, 4 exhale. Just up to a count of 10, then returning back to 1 again. And if any thoughts appear in the mind, simply noting, thinking, or any feelings, noting, feeling, and bringing the attention back to the breath. If you find you're distracted, simply returning to the count of 1, back to 10, and then repeat back at 1. So now slowly bringing your awareness back to the body, feeling the weight of your body in the chair, or the feeling of the feet connected to the floor. Maybe the feeling of your instrument under your fingers, its texture. And then, when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, and I wish you a wonderful day's practice.